It's stunning how Jay Leno outfoxed you again.
Yeah, he's good.
I know. You think, like, everybody's like, oh, I'm Jay Leno. They do the voice and everything. Meanwhile, he's the shrewdest guy. He outfoxed. You're in good company. He outfoxed Johnny Carson, David Letterman. Every 10 years, some redheaded rube shows up. So that's the phone call you got.
Yeah.
Your agent's like, there's good news and bad news. You are doing the Tonight Show. It's true. Mm-hmm. But remember that discussion where you said, I'll never have to follow Leno again?
You came over, didn't you?
A little fighting, a little fornicating. What's he, an old pirate all of a sudden? Ah.
You notice how I didn't say it's 11.
Hey!
No, because it's 11:30.
It's the Tonight Show now, buddy boy.
That's what I'm trying to point out. It's 11:30.
Thanks for pointing that out.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you got more.
Hey, Yoko Ono is not mad about you this week.
Mad about you? Okay, that I remember.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. She'll be playing a conniving bitch who broke up the Beatles.
All right, hey.
Is she that beloved? It's interesting what you say when you go, like, America's the greatest country in the world or something, because, like, imagine, like, you're just saying that on account of you live there, because let's say you hear a guy who goes, hey, man, Kenya, that's the greatest country in the world. You better believe that.
Hey.
Norm's working blue.
No.
Okay, so, here's a windmill.
Wait, you're not me?
Norm! Your two options are attack and fly away.
I love you. Let's bump the pit bulls.
Not salad tossing.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm going to return to my former sexual lifestyle.
Well, yeah, what's that?
It's trying to find a lady and convincing her to let me lie down on top of her.
That sounds so romantic, the way you describe it. I want to lie down on top of you and take a nap? What do you...
I'm just saying I'm very simple. I don't need no, I don't need no where they whip your balls or anything.
Okay.
I'll tell you this.
What's that, Norm?
My doctor told me I'm on the same dose that they give to the donkey for the second show in Tijuana.
Okay, now listen.
For the second show, you know?
Why do I continue to have you on? And yet I love it.
No, the second show.
You already started the wrong end. Look, that's the bit there.
All right. Well,
So
okay.
just top and tail it like that. Look, come on, wake up, stand there.
I'm up to 4 segments. Why, you didn't tell me a number of segments?
No.
He wants the edges off, I think. Hey!
Turn it around. Okay.
What?
Come on, no. You're gonna be tight.
He does it and then goes, look what Norm did.
He's nice and tight.
This is not going to air. This will never be seen by anybody. This will never be seen by anybody.
Just concentrate.
We've learned.
Norm, you're making me feel dizzy standing there looking busy. Right, here we go. Okay, come on,
I'll tell you one thing, man, I'm not eating this.
We're even having a cooking segment at this point. Why would there even be a cooking segment? Why would we even have a cooking segment with you people?
Here we go.
When did you hit bottom? I said, I don't know. The cool part of it was the girls all get up, right? And all their stories are all the same. Whenever they hit bottom, every story is the same. They're like, when I hit bottom, I a guy for a drink, and you're like, oh. Every guy.
Couldn't we we just take them out of the studio for the Norm part and then bring...
Forget about that. I got to do. Brothers and sisters, I have none. But this man's father, he's my father's son. She goes, oh, I don't know. Who is it? Some cab driver back in New York.
I've been searching for what's missing, but the answer remains.
True, man. One time my buddy was with a hooker, he was telling me.
Wait a minute, you have a hooker story?
Yes.
Here we go.
And he said that he phoned me up once. He was in Vegas, and he's like, "Hey, man, I'm with this hooker, but I think she ripped me off, man, because she took the money, right? Oh no, yeah. She said something about like I'm gonna go into the bathroom to get a towel to wipe off your balls or something." Do you know Nikki Cox?
Yeah. She's still with Jay?
She's with Jay Moore.
Yeah.
But when she was on my TV show, she was with Bobcat Goldthwait.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. I'm not a skilled interviewer. Let's fucking face it.
I'm not a skilled.
But what do you think is wronger?
Wrong in
More wrong. What do you think is more wrong? Having sex with a child, human being, or an adult pig?
like you've got to do one. That's the
You got to
options.
do one. Yeah, you're on a deserted island. But do you actually think that they would like a man's sperm?
A human.
A human being's sperm? A woman?
Well, who?
A woman.
A woman would like a man's sperm. Well, yeah, she's been biologically programmed
In her
through
mouth?
millennia.
But in your
eat
mouth,
pig
like,
cum.
isn't that stuff like living? Isn't that like aren't those animals, little tiny tadpoles or something?
I didn't know it was going to have to get this deep. All right, then.
Are you doing this to be a funny thing, or do you really have to kind of
I'm doing
feel
it. No, I feel that I have an oral fixation. You know about that.
I
If
don't
it's not
have that,
this,
by the way.
If it's
I don't
not
like
this, I
sucking
go
cock.
straight. You don't like
I
sucking
don't like
cock?
sucking cock. I mean, I have done it.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it. You know why I wouldn't like it?
Why?
Aren't those animals like inside the cum? Like I remember
The sperm, you mean?
Yeah. So to me, like it's a bunch of animals and stuff. But you remind me of a guy that's good at fucking.
I love it.
Fucking and sucking. Let's say you had an exact twin. Uh-huh. Now Mary Willard, your wife.
Oh, here we go.
There could be a lot of...
Wouldn't you go like, how do you not find him attractive? Do you know what I mean?
That's true.
He looks exactly like me.
Yeah.
And he's much better at sucking and fucking. No.
I only smoke pot 4 times a week. You're just saying it casually. They're like, you smoke more than that. Like, relax. What are you afraid? I'm not admitting I'm like you.
4 times a week seems like a lot to me.
Does it really?
A little, yeah, but...
Well, it's all relative.
It's all relative,
Yeah, as long as it's not hurting anybody.
Yeah. But it doesn't, as long as it's not hurting anybody, but what about the audience, the stand-up audience? Aren't they the real victims?
What's your dream view?
You mean
the show, The View?
Yeah.
The
Who would
guests?
you, what 4 or 5 ladies would you want on there?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Susan Yeagley. That's your wife. You didn't even recognize her name. It's your betrothed.
Betrothed.
I had moved up from San Diego. I was like, come, move up. And then I had no place to live. So I slept in my truck for like 3 nights. And I slept at the parking lot at the comedy store. And I had no money, and I was broke.
Both?
Yeah. You hungry? I go,
yeah, exactly. Bad lieutenant.
open your mouth. No, you didn't do.
Like a baby bird.
Yeah. Okay. So,
yeah, and then he.
So you said yeah.
Yeah, I go yeah, and he took me
Am I hungry? I'm broke and I have no money. What do you think? I'm hungry. I'm hungry. Plus, I want some food. Do you feel you have white privilege?
I'm not allowed to answer those questions. Well, being a old white guy with extra money.
Your great special that is on Netflix now, everybody should watch, is called
Straight White Male 60.
The young people won't like old people. When I was a kid, I got involved with Al Jolson. When they brought, I didn't know who he was.
How old are you? What?
Well, no, not back in the 1920s. I was just a kid when the jazz singer came out. Charlie Fox. He wrote the theme music to Happy Days, The Love Boat. Yeah. He wrote just about everything.
He must make a heck of a lot of money. Huh?
I'm going to ask him sometime. Just how much do you make?
What would Norman Lear say to that?
What?
I say, what would Norman Lear say to that?
Who's that?
Fuck! And now the whole set went quiet, and you hear people going, Santa just said fuck. Santa has just said fuck. And all these kids froze, and then they had a Disney guy. He said fuke. Fuke. It's a Swedish word. Means take a break.
We're supposed to take a break. And so he thought when you said take a break, that I would go, speaking of taking a break.
Yeah.
David Letterman. Apparently he's going to do this show.
Really? Oh my God. That'd be amazing.
And every actual talk show host will kill himself.
Yeah, I'll be on the news.
I love Mary Tyler Moore. And I know you were on her TV program. And then when she was your guest, there was this incredible chemistry. And was there ever anything romantic with her? I mean, she must have been very desirable to you. You ever lay down on top of her, I guess? I don't know.
Now wait a minute. You bring up a good point, Norm. The first one of the day.
Now you have a show for 33 years. Every day. You do that every day.
Yeah.
And then, so the show ends, and then that night, what do you think? You think about tomorrow's show?
No. It's funny because, as you must know, the human neuromuscular skeletal system is easily programmed, and after 2 or 3.
Sure, I knew that.
And so after
as soon as you said that first word, you could executive produce a show with Sebastian Mancow as the star.
I could do that. Yeah.
And
well, what fun is that though? Where's the fun part for me?
Well, no, there's no fun for you.
There's no fun for me.
No, that's true. But what's the fun for you in giving a homeless guy spraying a handful of quarters and watching him dodge in and out of traffic? So there's no, are there no bars like the same way as there were gay bars when gays were?
I couldn't go there.
Oh, of course
Can't
not.
you see that?
I forgot.
Yeah, you and me hanging out at the trans bar. I just don't, I don't think it's going to work.
No.
Yeah.
Well, nowadays we
Oh, yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, that's true.
Wait, I haven't come out yet. Hold on a second. I am firmly on the side of womanhood now, but I am not a woman, nor will I ever be. 3 sentences later. I use the women's restroom because I am a woman. I changed my gender on my birth certificate to female because I am a woman. So there's a little confusion there, right?
Not for me. What's wrong with that?
Well, here it says I am not a woman. Here it says I am a woman.
I always get anxious when I'm on a plane and I see a much bigger celebrity than me, and I think, well, if this goes down,
is that
I'm going to get mentioned.
every
I'm going to be
flight?
like small print almost every flight. Yeah.
All right, we'll be back in a second.
Unfortunately, the radio station launched the day after Princess Diana died, so it was it wasn't quite the sort of fanfare and celebration.
Now
a bit like when Farrah Fawcett died, and then it was usurped by Michael Jackson.
Somebody told me the Queen murdered her.
Yes, she did. Yeah. Yes, that's well known in England. Yeah, I'd like to apologise to the Queen.
England's not doing well financially.
Right.
Can't you get you call them your mates? Mm-hmm. They're friends.
Yeah.
Everybody else in the world, they call them mates.
Sure.
Get a couple of dozen of your mates and go down to that Buckingham Palace and kill the old bag.
To what end?
Money.
Right. Are you an old sea captain? What is this shtick that you? Because I'm pretty sure I've watched some of these other editions of the show, and I'm pleased to see that I've broken from the rule of only having white blokes on the show, which seems to be. You only have white men and Roseanne
because it's supposed to be a comedy.
Right. But it's supposed to be.
It's supposed to be. It's allegedly. I still, feel that. I still feel in my heart, and I can only go by my heart. You know what I mean? I'm not a person that goes by my brain. I just go by my heart. That Bill Hader is ultimately unknowable.
Yes, that's true.
What do you think?
I don't know.
Okay.
What's the hardest drug that Norm MacDonald's done?
I guess love.
Where did you go?
I had to go powder my nose.
Oh, man. I've never seen a guest do that before.
I had to go.
You ran away during the commercial break.
I ran away. I freshened up. I powdered my nose.
Freshened up?
And then I took a piss in the sink.
All right. Why? Why do I ask? It's my fault.
You go to, you start doing comedy, and, what is interesting to me is we hear about this.
Cocaine is not working. I'm from the time, let me tell you something, Jay. I'm from the time, I remember when pot was something you cooked your eggs in. Yes. I remember when hash was something you were made out of corned beef. Yeah, exactly. I remember when acid was something you threw in a guy's face when he made a pass at your wife.
Exactly. Where are those days? Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember ecstasy when it was just the feeling you had when you threw that vile acid in the guy's face.
So wouldn't you love to ask Dole, like, when he was doing the commercial for what they now call erectile dysfunction?
Yeah.
And I mean, how do you feel when you sit down and do that kind of a commercial? I mean, it's got to be a little embarrassing,
I don't feel that an old man should have erectile function. No, just thinking, because they have that Viagra thing out.
Yeah.
And the other day, Bob Dole came right out and said
he was one of the first.
Yeah. And, you don't want to hear about Bob Dole's cock, I mean, President Clinton's cock, Bob Dole's cock, what the hell? But mostly, an old man like that, you don't want him to have a super hard cock. You know what I mean?
Why?
Why? Because an old man, you want him to be, got a pipe going, a newspaper, the dog at his feet there.
Well, that, in some corners, is considered pipe.
Oh. But now they're going to have to create some goddamn pill that makes women aroused at the sight of a fucking 70-year-old dude with a super hard cock. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. This Viagra. It's insane. And you know what it's for? Impotent people. All right, yeah. It's for impotent guys. So get this. I read this. The pill can make your cock hard for 4 hours.
Right.
So now, who has the 4-hour hard cock? The impotent guy. The rest of us are fucked. Me and you got our regular cocks. Meanwhile, fucking Spade is,
Curtis Spade.
Oh, man. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it coming.
Dude, I know you didn't. He brought it all around and then a vicious rip kick into his best friend's gut.
Once there's too much cock talk, I try to just zone out for a minute till it goes back.
the other way.
If there's too much cock talk, this guy has fevered nightmares all night. Dreams, I mean, like sweaty, fevered dreams from the cock talk that's been all over his head.
Why bury me twice? He's killing me.
No, he's a good man.
That erased it. All right.
No, he's a good man.
Who cares?
After all that, that's the whiteout he puts on.
Yeah, I know, it's awesome.
After he talks about you doing chin-ups on cock for 18 minutes. No, he's a good guy.
Just backstage, a lot of celebrities back there, man. I was talking to Jerry Jones, you know, the Cowboys owner, and he's disappointed, obviously. Yeah. Well, he's a good guy, though, man. He's talking about rebuilding the team, you know. And he told me, he says, we have to get back to what made us a championship team. Strippers and crack. And, of course, it was very inspiring to see President Clinton up here on crutches making a speech. I mean, I thought that was just amazing, you know. I mean, it's been difficult for the president. You know, he can't jog now, and he needs help getting around, and he still occasionally suffers great pain, you know. On the upside, you got your medical marijuana, so that's, you know. You must inhale, sir. It's the only way you're going to get better. The show has loosened up considerably. I noticed I was watching Oprah and Dave talking about weed and booze. And I don't do either of those. The hardest drug I ever did, LSD. And I remember I was a kid, I was like 16, and I remember they warned me, they said, hey, you gotta be careful with that LSD on account of you can get a flashback. 10 years can go by, 20 years, 30 years, and a flashback will happen. So I thought, hey, that seems like a good deal. You know, you tell me I buy a drug for $5, I eat it, I get high, and then 20 years later I get high again? That's not the point. I like to stretch my drug dollar. The point is this. 10 years have passed, 20 years have passed, 30 years have passed, and no flashbacks. What a gyp that turned out to be. Just more horse by the big acid companies, that's all it is. All right. I want to apologize for running out earlier. I don't know if anybody saw that. But, you know, these things happen in live TV, and it reminds me actually of a maxim that Christopher Plummer told me many years ago. He said, before a live awards ceremony, do not eat a fistful of LSD. Take that with you.
Now, Norm, I remember years ago you told me that you were there for the birth of your son, and I always remember this. And you said that was the most exciting thing you had ever participated in. Do you remember that?
Yes.
Yes. And then what happened?
I took crystal meth.
No, you didn't.
I didn't know what you were getting at.
That's right. No, and then you said a couple of weeks later you went skydiving.
Oh, was that it?
Yeah, that was what it was. Yeah. Or hang gliding. Yeah, hang gliding. And how was that compared to the birth? It was.
This was a joke I did at one point?
I have to do your act for you now? Is that what it's come to? And you said that was much more exciting than the birth.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's whoops.
I assume anyone smiling is on meth. Veterinarians in Colorado have reported that marijuana use is on the rise amongst dogs. They say you'll know if your dog is too high if it starts making a really tall sandwich. They like sweets better when they're high.
Yes, I don't know.
In England, a woman was arrested for throwing a birthday party for her 16-year-old son that included marijuana, alcohol, and strippers. Now she's got even bigger problems. What to do for his 17th birthday?
Whatever. The street drug Special K has been found to be an excellent treatment for depression. This according to the New England Journal of Gary Busey.
You know, dogs and humans love to run because it apparently gives them a natural high similar to that of marijuana, according to the University of Arizona. Wow. After running what are called cannabinoids, the chemical found in marijuana that gives you a feeling of euphoria, are higher in humans and dogs, and this encourages them to run again. To 7-Eleven for a Slurpee. A Papa John's delivery man has been arrested for allegedly selling more than $40,000 in cocaine hidden in pizza boxes.
Jesus.
To undercover police officers. This raises an important question. Where's all that pizza that was supposed to go in those boxes? Can I have them to eat? I'm a big fat guy.
A Florida University student was caught streaking on campus and apparently told police he was on acid and asked them to cut his dick off. Boy, these kids today are crazy. In my day, we didn't need drugs. We would just cut our own dicks off.
Yeah, you didn't need no fucking acid and shit. When did you gain the weight?
Well, I fluctuated a lot throughout my life. But
how did you gain it?
Eating and not exercising.
Would that be your natural weight, or do you have to fight that all the time?
Well, yeah, I think I have to fight it to a degree. Yeah.
And how did you lose the weight?
Cocaine.
Cocaine?
Cocaine. Mostly, yeah, cocaine and other drugs, and very, very serious depression.
That helps me a lot, Dr. Oz.
Is that what I think it is?
I don't know. Do you think it's cocaine?
Yep.
Well, you're partly right. It's cocaine, and it's also a lot of baby laxative. So you might.
A couple minutes.
Yeah.
I'll be.
Be careful, because it burns like hell when the.
Yeah.
Have you ever done anything in your long and storied career that you consider specifically to be in bad taste as you look back on it? Maybe at the time you thought it was a good play, but you look back on it and you think that was in bad taste.
Well, sometimes, like in stand-up, I'll do jokes that are like one time I was doing this thing in San Francisco, and they were all gay people in the audience. They told me, so I figured I'll do.
In San Francisco?
Yeah.
No.
So I figured I'd do stuff about gay people so that they could relate to it.
Yeah, it's warm up. They love that.
And so I was talking about, because I went to this gay pride parade, and I saw in it there were these old men and old ladies like with these signs that said, "We are proud of our gay son," you know? And so I was saying, that's an odd thing to be proud of, you know, because it's not an achievement, you know? It's not like something you work all your life to be gay or anything like that. And I just wondered, I had a hard time believing that these 50, 60-year-old men are actually bragging, you know, at work like they're, "Hey, Bill, you know, my kid, oh my God, we're proud of him, Johnny. He graduated from Harvard, you know, first in his class, you know what I mean? Now he's articling over at a law firm, and, oh yeah, he loves cock." You know? This kid. He can't get enough cock in his mouth, his ass, his kid's always cock. I got a picture of the boy here sucking another man's cock. I want to show it to you.
To watch the maturation of you as an artist, to realize it took you 9.5 minutes to get around to the sucking cock stuff. It's beautiful to see you comfortable in your own skin, Normie.
What's that was like? You ever see a gay pride parade? That's taking a little too far to be being proud or something like that. Because, you know, that's just what you are, man. You're gay. How can you be proud of that? You know what I mean? That's like saying, "Hey, man, I'm proud of being in English." God damn. I gotta tell you something. I speak English. I can't tell you. My heart wells with pride about that, man. I talk English every goddamn day. I don't get that. How can you be proud of that? I went to a gay pride parade, man. I seen a guy. They have the parents of the gay guys, you know. God bless them, man. Because some of these guys, And they hold these banners and say, I'm proud of my gay son, you know? Some of these motherfucking guys, you know, you can tell they were in the war and shit, you know? They never thought they'd be out with a banner saying, I'm proud of my gay son. You know, the mothers are nice, the guys are like, kind of proud of them, I guess. But seriously, are they actually, you know, bragging about their son being gay? Or they down at work, hey, Billy, man, I gotta tell you something about Jimmy. God damn, we're so proud of him. He graduated Harvard last year, first in the class. God damn smart kid, man. He's articling now, you know, over in the Cambridge area. Oh, my God, next year he should be a full partner. Oh, hey, did I mention that he sucks cock? Oh, yeah. Oh, man, this guy loves cock in his mouth, his ass. It's unbelievable. Here, I got a picture of him here. Yeah, he's the guy with 5 cocks in his mouth. Right there, look at that. God damn, that guy. I don't know how he does it, but I am just so proud of that picture. That's the picture I'm most proud of. Him blowing 5 dudes.
And come to think of it, I got addicted to you. Oh, no, no, no. And come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh, no, no, no. I need someone like you.
I find like some things are too. I have some beliefs that are too inflammatory to even discuss, unfortunately.
Because of the way they'll be taken.
Because there are certain things in society that you're not allowed to believe or speak publicly. And so I'll just never say them. I'll just leave them in my little head. But mostly, I find all these things ridiculous. And I hate that we forced people into, first of all, I hate that we force people into identifying themselves by little tiny, because we oppress people, we further oppress them by forcing them to identify themselves as what I consider less than human. So if someone says, I am proud to be black, I go, that's too bad for that guy, because it's a retarded thing to be proud of. We see it with white power. If someone says, I'm proud to be white, we see how ridiculous that sounds. But we don't see it when a person says, because they've been oppressed, I'm proud to be black. But it is ridiculous. We've pushed them into a corner where now they're going to spend their whole life identifying themselves by the pigment of their skin, which is a sad waste of life. Or if you say, I'm proud to be gay, that's what I am, and that's how I'll live my life. Well, boy, you're really limiting yourself there, and it's too bad. And I know you've been forced into it by being pushed down and oppressed, but it's still very, very sad. And I don't think of myself as Canadian, and I think it's a terrible thing to say you're proud to be a Canadian or proud to be an American. I think all that stuff is nonsense. You're proud to be. You may as well be proud to have lungs. You know, you didn't accomplish nothing. You know, you're just born somewhere, or you know, you were just born with a skin that's a certain color, or born, you know, with a sexual attraction to a certain type of person. That stuff's it's all just little miniature things in life that are so unimportant. And when people try to tell me that God is not important, but that this nonsense is important, I couldn't disagree more.
This nonsense being life.
Not being life, being the tiny gossip of life. Like to me, saying I'm proud to be Asian, you may as well say I'm proud to have a green shirt. I don't know what the fuck you're so proud of.
Let me ask you here, and I saw this, and you were never funnier when you hosted the show here recently, you know, last couple of months. Oh, yeah, you were very, very funny. As you said at the time, if I wasn't funny then, how could I be funny now? Right, and then you went on to demonstrate. In any event,
I want to take a look at the moment when after you'd gotten you lost your job at Saturday Night Live, they then invited you back on to host like 18 months later, right?
Yeah, it was odd.
Yeah, and you were kind of musing on stage in your introduction about what had happened since you obviously weren't funny enough to be on the show, but now you're suddenly funny enough to host the show, and this was your explanation.
I was ruminating.
You were ruminating. Let's take a look at your explanation.
Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, well, you'll see later. But okay, so let's recap. The bad news is I'm still not funny. The good news is the show blows.
I remember when I was doing that, and you can hear it if you listen to it, but the writers booed during that, After not writing anything for the entire show, they booed.
It's ballsy. It's a ballsy thing to do. I assume you wrote that. Did you run it by, you must do the dress rehearsal and run it by the producers and the writers.
I was going to do a thing that I thought would be really cool, and I was talked out of it. But I was going to do the monologue and then leave and let them do the rest of the show by themselves, which I thought would be good for the show, because it would be, they'd have to get together, band together, and work around the fact that the host wasn't there and stuff like that.
This was, of course, in a period when Letterman he still hadn't gotten over the fact that he'd been fired by NBC, hadn't gotten the Tonight Show right. And you went on Letterman, and I still remember seeing this. He was just fired up with anger and fury on your behalf at the pinheads at NBC. What did that mean to have Letterman at your back?
Oh, Letterman was so kind to me. Yeah, one thing about being fired was like a lot of cool guys I really loved, mostly Letterman, he's my favorite guy ever. But Letterman and Stern and Gary Shandling and all these, Chevy and all these guys like jumped to my defense, which was really nice. But especially David Letterman, because he was the reason I got into stand-up, and he's the reason that I love comedy so much.
I was asking you about the driving thing, because Norm doesn't drive. We learned that last time. And then I was listening to the Howard Stern show the other day, and I heard Artie Lang telling another story about Norm, which I thought was really funny and worth telling here. Again, I heard this on Howard's Sirius radio show. Artie was saying about how, I didn't know that you got fired from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like, cast member decides, I'm going to go do other things.
No, I got fired.
You got fired because they said, what? It was like, you say that they told you weren't funny enough.
Yeah.
And then the show really started to suck, right? And this is like when SNL went through like its most unfunny period. And then they asked Norm to come back to host.
That's right, they did, yeah.
So he's like, wait a minute, I'm not funny enough to be on the cast, but I'm funny enough to come host. So there was a couple ideas, one of which was Norm was going to come in, do the opening monologue.
Oh, Artie said that? Artie said that?
Yeah, he's telling the story.
Oh, that was I had an idea. I think I know what you're saying.
And the idea was to go out and do the opening monologue, because you know how now the host is like in it didn't start that way, but now like whoever hosts in the show, he's in like every single sketch.
Artie said this on the air?
Yeah. So I guess the one of the thoughts, and he said that you obviously ended up not going through with it, and you thought about it for a minute.
I almost did it.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I was like,
it would have been the coolest.
That would have been the greatest thing.
Yeah.
He was going to do the opening monologue, get in the elevator, and then leave, because it's a live show, but he was just going to bail. Because his character is going to be like in all the sketches, which is not...
I thought it would be actually good for the show, because it would make the show exciting after I left. They'd all be scrambling and figuring it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But,
see, I didn't know that they fired you.
Yeah.
I wept a little for you, because
I already tell every story I ever tell.
Well,
you know how many comics out there don't give a fuck, but kind of still do? You have to kind of still do to eat. That guy
Norm
truly
doesn't. He's so fucking funny.
One of my best opening monologue jokes ever. Did you ever see? Remember that whole thing when he was doing Weekend Update and they told him to make it funnier. So he didn't. He just was more Norm the next week. So eventually, of course, he gets fired. So then he goes off into the Hollywood world. He's got a TV show or a hit movie or some shit. So now they bring him back to guest host on SNL, and I'm going to butcher this, but he kind of came out. He's like, yeah, so people know I got fired from this show, so now they got me back hosting, which means either I got a lot funnier or this show sucks. That's what he opened up with, and I know that wasn't approved. Sorry for the bad Norm. I'll have Jay Moore on to make up for it.
That was a great Norm.
And come to think of it, I got addicted to you. Oh, no, no, no. And come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh, no, no, no. I need someone like you. Ladies and gentlemen, Norm MacDonald.
You're very kind. You know, in the, what's that? Oh, yeah, no. No, you're absolutely right. That is my name. You know, when the people here asked me to do the show, you know, I gotta say, I felt kind of weird, you know. I don't know if you remember this, but I used to actually be on this show, you know. I used to do the weekend update news routine. You remember that? And, yeah. That's where I did the make-believe news jokes, you know. That was me, right? So then, a year and a half ago, right, I had a sort of a disagreement with the management at the NBC. I wanted to keep my job, right? And they felt the exact opposite. So you see, they fired me because they said that I wasn't funny, you know? Now with most jobs, I could have had a hell of a lawsuit on my hands for that, but see, this is a comedy show. So they got me, you know, you don't want it. But now, this is the weird part, right? It's only a year and a half later, and now they asked me to host the show. So I wondered, I go, hey, wait a second here. Hey! I go, how did I go in a year and a half from being not funny enough to be even allowed in the building to being so funny that I'm now hosting the show? How did I suddenly get so damn funny? It was inexplicable to me, because a year and a half, let's face it, is not enough time for a dude to learn how to be funny. Then it occurred to me, I haven't gotten funnier. The show has gotten really bad. So yeah, I'm funny compared to, you know, well, you'll see later. But okay, so let's recap. The bad news is, I'm still not funny. The good news is, the show blows. All right, folks, we got a bad show for you tonight. Dr. Dre, Snoop Doggy Dogg, and Eminem are here. We'll be right back.
I envy you because you have, obviously, you're a more enlightened person. See, I think of sex as a shameful, filthy act.
Catholic, are you?
No.
Oh, where have you picked this up?
I grew up that way, and
and the farm, watching animals doing it in rural Canada.
Sow.
A moose being ransacked against some timber.
Sow.
A sow.
Sow.
They, listen.
We were pig farmers.
They're not gracious creatures when it comes to conjugal matters. I've recently had an interaction.
Worst oral sex you could imagine.
Horrible gums, sort of yellowing molars. I would never engage in sex with anything porcine. I see once, I went round a friend's house, they had a pig, they thought it was an angle. I go, it's like, they goes, oh, the pig's coming out, and I could hear it. This sort of desperate respiratory announcement announcements preceded its arrival. It come out, blind it was, shuffled out at me, and they went, with a pig, and you'll know this being from the world of pig farming, they said never take a step back once that pig comes out, otherwise the pig owns the hierarchical status between the two of you. In fact, take a step towards the pig. Never did I deny my nature more, I'm a vegetarian, than stepping towards this unholy looking creature.
It is.
I did it anyway.
It is an unholy creature, for God's sake. Jesus threw the demons in them and let them go over the cliff.
Jesus thought that they were simply a receptacle for demons. And then even then, get them over a cliff. It wasn't like let them live in the barnyard full of demons. Got rid of them, executed them. So for me, I got no... as a vegetarian, I love all of the animals, but pigs...
I will tell you my idea about vegetarian. First of all, let me say, I once saw a video, and I don't search out these videos, but when guys show them to you, they go, you'll want to see this, and you're like, Jesus. And then there's no one seeing it, But it was a guy a pig having sex with a lady.
I've seen that.
And
they have prehensile penises, don't they? They do. Like corkscrews. Yeah. It's like their penis is its own independent entity trying to get away from the pig, which all of us can identify with. Ghastly little
But
creature.
I felt sorry for the pig, because here's the pig having sex with a beautiful woman, then they throw him back in the sty, You know what I'm saying?
It's like a cruel thing to do. It's like the midpoint of trading places. It's a very unfair thing to do that.
During the break, he's become even more funny and famous. Now, you recently gave a speech at the University of Iowa, and I'm told that 80% of the audience walked out. What could you possibly have said to them to make 80% of them walk out?
Oh, it wasn't a speech. It was like some stand-up.
Yeah, well, what did you say to them?
I was just talking, I don't have my stand-up act. I just talk about whatever I'm thinking about lately.
So
but at the time, it was about having sex with an animal. But it wasn't weird. It was like I'm not in favor. I'm not in favor of it. But I was just talking about it because I thought it was odd. Like they have a word for it, bestiality, and nobody I know has ever done it. Nobody I know, you know what I mean? I've never known anybody that's ever known anybody that's ever had sex with animals. But a lot of people are having sex with animals on account of they got that word, bestiality. It's in the dictionary. It ain't easy to get a word in the dictionary.
So somebody's doing it.
Somebody's got to be going, hey, man, even if some animals, hey, we got to come up with a word, whatever. So I can't remember what joke, but it was some joke about, I said, I feel sorry for the animal because, they get to have sex with a super hot lady, and then the next day they bring him back another pig. Because the pig initially, he was having sex with another pig. He didn't know. He was, hey, this is a nice looking thing. But then they go, And then I also said I feel sorry for. Imagine if you watch one of those video, of a guy, a pig having sex with a woman, and then you recognize that, hey, isn't that woman that wouldn't go out with me? It was just harmless joke.
Yeah,
Ralph Bellamy would be.
Well, but I think that let's save our sympathy here for the female because, in a way, where do you get yourself to look at that thing and think, I will put that into my mouth? I mean, I wouldn't eat it if it had been cooked. So live, writhing, and about to dispense sperm.
And come to think of it, I got addicted to you. Come to think of it, I need somebody like you. Oh, no, I need someone like you.
But a human being, I think anything that you do
But
sexually...
what do you think is wronger?
Wrong.
More wrong. What do you think is more wrong? Having sex with a child, human being, or an adult pig?
You've got to do one. That's the
You got to
options.
do one, yeah. You're on a deserted island.
It's not me, it's some hypothetical
You're
person.
on a deserted
Brand,
island with a single
elevated.
tree.
It's not me, it's this person called Doug.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Doug
exactly.
is on this island.
Doug is on a deserted
Doug
island.
probably went there because he likes both of these options. He swam there. What? There's an island with a pig and a kid. How do I get there? Swam there with an erection, uses his penis like a killer whale tail, lashing his way to the island.
How old are you?
Well, hold on a minute. That's non sequitur.
What kind of erection do you have?
Hold on a second. Mine's marvelous. But let's say
because mine is bendy.
I do it with look. I won't have sex with a child because I think the pig may not be as bothered as a child. I think it could have huge psychological impact on the child. So out of compassion, I would advise Doug to do it with the pig and to leave the child alone because of the potential psychological impact. Even though the child's on a bloody island anyway, that's going to mess him up, all that Robinson Crusoe crap. But
and people constantly tell me, or I hear this, funniest man that ever lived.
Mel Brooks.
Do you believe that?
Sure. I mean, I think he's of an era. You know what I mean? I think he's still. I think the amazing thing about him, if you are, well, you're not wired that way. If you're a Jew and your wiring is Jewish, Mel Brooks is going to tap right into that.
Gotcha.
Like, yeah.
Gotcha. I understand.
I turned into.
The best was Mel Brooks as the 2,000-year-old man. Still the funniest comedy album ever made. When he says to him, how'd you live 2,000 years? He says, well, once. I was 400 years old, and I got a tip that the angel of death was coming. And what I did was, I ate a whole clove of garlic, and I got under the covers, and the angel of death tapped me on the shoulder. I turned around and said, who is it? And he went away for 300 years. Mel Brooks.
Does he like the 2,000-year-old man?
Both parts of me.
I'm going to ask you one question about the 2,000-year-old man, then we're going to go to a break.
Okay.
Would not it have been easier to make him a 10,000-year-old man?
As a matter of fact, I was wrong making him a 2,000-year-old man because I asked him questions that happened before 2000. I asked him about Moses, and I realized, well, that was my mistake. Anyway, that's my fault. Steve Allen is the guy who is responsible for the 2,000-year-old man getting on record.
Oh, he is?
We did it at parties for years, 10 years. Mel and I did the 2,000-year-old man just for fun.
Yeah.
And everybody said, you got to put it on record, you got to put it on record. And we said, no, this is only for Jews and non-anti-Semitic Gentiles. And finally, Steve Allen said, fellas, if you don't do it, George Burns says, if you don't, he saw it at a party, if you don't put it on a record, I'm going to steal it. And Edward G. Robinson said, put it on a record. He says, I want to make a play. I want to make a play out of that. Make a play out of that. That's what he said. Make a play out of that. I want to play the 1,000-year-old man. I says, 2,000. I can play any age. And it was Steve Allen who said, fellas, take my studio, go whale. And we did. We whaled for 2 hours, cut it down to 47 minutes, and there it was.
Now, in that story, Edward G. Robinson's the funny man.
Yeah.
Steve Allen just let you use the studio. But it was you who created the 2,000-year-old man. Not even Mel Brooks. You.
Yes.
Mel Brooks is amazing. He's doing the show next week.
Is he?
Yeah.
There's nobody funnier.
Wait, what show?
I've interviewed, he's doing your show here?
Yeah.
I've interviewed every funny person in the world. You're very funny.
Yeah.
There's nobody.
Am I second?
Because Mel Brooks is a freaking genius. I had him on my show the night Neil Armstrong landed on the moon. Right?
Allegedly.
He's on my radio show.
Allegedly. But also, really.
Yeah.
But okay, my guess is the 2,000-year-old man tonight. Man has landed on the moon. What do you think of that? And out of nowhere, he says, I love the moon. The moon, in my whole life, 2,000 years, is my favorite thing is the moon. I said, why? He says, because for 400 years, I thought I had a cataract. And one day, this guy named Irving said, isn't the moon beautiful tonight? I said, the what?
Irving.
No, that's funny.
Let me count my fingers for you, Carl Reiner said. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the left hand. So when, this will be our day, but there'll be a lot of tourists in the future who might notice that I had 6 fingers on my left hand. If they're aware, they'll do, but they're all from Des Moines. They'll never notice it. That's the best part of the picture right there. I'm crazy about that guy. I love him. I can't get enough of him.
Adorable. Mel Brooks.
How did you start in the film business?
I mostly like this one. Yes, who is it? Mel Brooks. Yes? Well, I got free coffees. I got free coffees here to someone inside. Can I come in? Then I came in and said, I got no coffee. It's Mel Brooks. I'm in show business. And they let me in.
Yeah.
And I
So you're an Oscar winner. We were just discussing the Oscars. I don't know if you were paying attention.
Yes,
to that.
I am an Oscar winner.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to thank...
Are you going to use yours for a doorstop?
Still thinking. Right?
My Oscar...
Where is your Oscar?
My Oscar. My Oscar's living in Detroit now. Well...
In this film, Hindsight, you sing. And I cannot judge whether that's good or not. But you write your own songs, you sing your own songs, you act your own films, you direct them, you write them.
Well, if you hire other people, you have to pay them money. Saves a few dollars when you do everything yourself, you know what I mean? They're the greatest people in the world. They have heart, they have soul, they have time, they have a joy, a joie de vivre.
Joie de vivre.
Yes. The French have a joie de vivre.
That's true.
Jews have a your son, the tall one. Believe it or not, I have brothers and a mother. Everybody in my family is about 4'3", 4'4". I am called Stretch at home. An older appearance, to look like a person, you know? He's a silly kid. He's just really a silly kid. I really love you. I really love you.
Well, you know, you keep saying...
I really love you.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Really, there's...
And I don't fall in love with guys, you know what I mean? I'm pretty tough myself. But every once in a while, a beauty comes along. Professional singer. I'm not even a professional actor. I'm not a professional director. I am a professional tailor. Stand up. I'll show you. Take in here. Here is nice. Here is good. The crowd.
Very good.
Here we can make here, under the arms. I am... Sit down.
Beautiful, thank you.
You just made a film in Yugoslavia.
Yes.
Is that not true?
That's true, sir.
Why would you go to Yugoslavia when you could... Can't you find locations in America that look like Yugoslavia? Oh, there's no time for you to answer that. We will be
Well, I'm going to answer it anyway. I don't care about your stinking commercial.
We'll be right back. Would you like a piece of goat cheese?
Goat cheese? How so? How so?
I have a piece for you.
I'd like. Where is it?
It's right here.
Is it really goat cheese?
Yeah, it's really good. Do you want to split it? It was in my lunch, and I know how you like goat cheese, and
I'll have a little bit.
I brought that for you. It's good, isn't it?
It's feta cheese.
It's what?
Feta, F-E-T-A, Greek cheese, goat cheese.
Did they have that in Yugoslavia when you were making your film?
Wood. We ate wood. There was nothing to do at night. There was no fun. Tito had the car. I'm not going to help.
What's next, Mel? Come on.
No, I don't want to interfere.
You're not interfering. This is fun this way.
This is Susan's spot. This is Susan's spot.
No, this is Susan Blakely.
Oh, sorry. Spot, back. Now, I'm going to, but may I ask you some more questions? Huh? Two hard-boiled eggs. Now, may I ask you some
Certainly.
questions? Yeah. What do you think of me? You know.
Chapeau.
Okay. It's not the best one, but...
Will it do?
Sure.
Can you make do with that? I don't know why the 2,000-year-old man wears a cape.
It's the worst cape. They
How
got
many-
me the worst.
Wonderful.
All right, I'm getting in character. I'm feeling it. I'm Jewish. All right.
Heard that you're married to the most beautiful woman in the world. Is that true, Mr. Brooks?
No, I'm married to Anne Bancroft. Ladies and gentlemen, my beautiful wife, my gorgeous wife, Anne Bancroft. I had no idea. I had no idea my wife was coming on, but it's always a pleasure to see my wife. Always. Because she earns a good salary. And I tell you that when you marry somebody, whether it's a boy or a girl, whatever you marry, you must make sure that they contribute to the financial pot of the house. They must contribute something. Just a smile is not enough. It's not enough. You have to chip in a few dollars, a few pennies. Chip in. She brings all her money home. Yes.
No cafeteria.
Yes, and I invest all her money into this pocket. Make sure it's...
There's no one better to talk to about show business than Norm because he's brutally honest about it. Like, I'll try to tell the story quick.
Go ahead.
When Norm had his last sitcom on Fox, right, he invited me to go to the upfronts with him. You know, that big thing where they introduce the shows to the advertisers? So the head of Fox, this guy, Sandy Grushow, right out of Beverly Hills High, like permanent tan, permanent fake smile on his face.
Right.
The head of Fox goes up to Norm, and it's Norm and Jason Bateman, whose show had premiered, and all these Fox people. Goes up to Norm and says, right in front of me and a bunch of people, goes, Norm, I want to let you know that your show is the highest tested show we've had in Fox history. And Norm goes, wow, man, thanks. That's unbelievable. Wow. And then Grushow leaves and goes to talk to Jason Bateman. So this other executive at Fox, this woman Tracy, something comes over and goes, where's Sandy? He was just here. And Norm goes, he's over there telling Bateman that his show is the highest tested show in the history of Fox. Another great quick Norm story. Great quick Norm story.
Kid, Artie.
Well, Jim will appreciate that. They do a big Rolling Stone article about the Kansas City.
That was a great one, man.
They do a big Rolling Stone article about the cast.
I got a good one.
So the cast of Saturday Night Live.
Right, yeah.
And it's everybody kissing each other's ass. So they ask Norm about Chris Kattan. And it's after pages of, I've never seen someone do better character work. Norm's quote is, he seems gay to me. He goes, I've never met a guy who said he wasn't gay who seems so gay. But I guess he says he's not gay, so whatever.
Anthony Jeselnik, are you going to be live tweeting Last Comic Standing Wednesday at 10 p.m.? You have to now.
Oh, I do. I think I keep thinking that NBC is going to tell me to stop, and they won't.
Is that an assumption that you're just not going to be asked back?
Because they're like, oh, we love you, you did a great job, but they just had to cut so much of my stuff that I don't know if I would. If I could maybe go back, but I would just be smarter about it. I would just know. Like, my biggest interest was just riffing with Norm. So I wish I hadn't written so many jokes that they were just going to cut all of them and just been kind of loose and screwed around more.
Yeah, it's all for time. It's really amazing. Anytime you record anything for television, you record 2 hours for a half hour, and it all just winds up.
Oh, these were like 5-hour tapings. 100 comics, and most of them you don't even see. There are people who get past the first round who they cut out entirely, just for time. Like, it's weird how they have to do it. I just assumed that they would ignore all the comics and be like, we've got this great show with Anthony and Norm, like, getting into fights. Let's show that. Nah,
spin-off.
I thought that would have been amazing, but
I think America thinks that would be amazing too.
I see tweets like that like, you guys should have like a sitcom together.
I don't know how he didn't get one of those desks. Ferguson, Letterman, like, how did Norm Macdonald not wind up behind one? He
almost like followed Conan. I think at one point they weren't going to have him do an after show after Conan.
Wow.
And now here's Norm Macdonald.
I run into Norm. We're doing press to promote the show. We're doing Larry King together. And Norm and I love Norm, but we kind of fought for the first couple episodes. Like, it was uncomfortable, and then we figured out how to work together. And
what are you fighting about?
Just like who's going to be the funny one? It's just two alpha males. You know, where he would make a joke and the audience would get mad at him. So I would make fun of him to get the crowd back, and he doesn't appreciate that. So we're like figuring it out.
If I go to the ATM machine at night and it's like a white lady getting money out her account, I won't get out my car.
When you were at the ATM machine, you were no longer a black guy. You were a human being.
That was great. Almost racist, but then you got it right under the bar, Norm. That's why I love you. Keep it going for
And so we're backstage at Larry King, and he's like, I don't know how to promote this thing. I don't know what to talk about. So when I talk about these comics, and I go, no, let's do this. Let's say that we had this horrible rivalry, and that we hate each other, and just talk trash about like things we would do to each other backstage, and like all these how much we hate each other. He goes, that's great. Let's do that. That's really funny. And I'm like, all right, great. So I go around for weeks. And I'm just throwing Norm under the bus, talking about how much I hated him and what an awful person he is. And Norm has completely forgotten that we've made this deal. Norm is just talking about how nice I am and how funny I am everywhere we go. And he still hasn't brought it up to me, but I can't think he's happy. I can't think he's happy that I'm just...
Regarding Norm, you know, both of you guys have definitely different styles, but both of you, I think, have a real cerebral approach to your craft. And I'm just wondering, from you coming up, what did you learn from a colleague like Norm MacDonald?
You know, he wasn't my colleague until just recently, so coming up I couldn't really learn anything from him, but I learned from watching him on SNL when he was on Weekend Update of just that, believe in your joke. And if the audience doesn't get it, you still need to believe in it. You know, like not every joke has to hit. You don't want to be a crowd pleaser. You want to be a great comedian. And Norm seemed to always be going that way. So I always looked up to him, always loved him, which is why meeting him and getting to work with him was such a huge disappointment. I can't think he's happy that I've just
But what
been
happened
like
that night on Larry
slamming him.
King?
We weren't on together. We weren't on together. No.
Oh, it sounded like you guys were going on.
It was like I went on first and then he went on second. So I went on and like kind of trashed
Larry
him.
King. He did it when I was on SNL.
Oh yeah.
For my money, beets are the best vegetable. Hello.
He said his favorite Larry King story, and I still think this is hilarious. Is someone's talking to Larry King, and Larry's like, "You lost your son, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I lost a child." And Larry King just goes, "Paul Newman says you never get over it." Like, that's the only way he could relate to someone who lost a child, was what Paul Newman said once. Like, the guy's just completely out of his mind. I don't regret doing it. But, like, now when that I'm watching it, I'm furious. And they don't seem to mind that I'm furious in, like, a funny way. Like, I'm still promoting the show by going and, like, slamming it and talking about how great I am and how much better I am than everybody else on the show. You know, they really don't care. Like, I don't know if you've seen my Twitter. But like I live tweet the show, and they're borderline war crimes. What I'm doing, like
I will now. Wednesday, 10 p.m. We're all going to be following Anthony Jeselnik on Twitter as he live tweets Last Comic Standing, and then of course Norm being at the end chair. That's just manna from heaven. Like, thank you God.
Sure,
that
but
I get to watch Norm MacDonald.
That was like why I took the gig, was to work with Norm. I was like, oh, that's amazing. When am I going to get a chance like this again? Let me do this. And the way he was in the taping is so much better than the way they edit that it kills me. Like,
why? Because I think he's really good on the show.
He's
really
good on the show.
Constructive advice.
He's good, but it was fascinating to see him like unfiltered, especially when they took out all the bad comics. Some of the funniest stuff on that show is when a bad comic comes up and the judges trash them, I'm trashing them. Like, that was really fun, and that's all gone. They didn't want to embarrass anyone. So it's like the one reality show where they don't want the drama. And Norm was like borderline a monster to people. Like, he would say things that would kill me, that I would be like on the floor dying laughing. Like, I would have to take time. One of my favorites was he told this one girl, he said, he just like, and she did fine. Like, the other two judges really liked her. And this is what would happen, was like the other two judges would like the person, the crowd liked the person, and then Norm would just be like, I think you suck. And it would be like, everyone's like, I can't believe you're saying this, and I can't believe you're so against the other two judges. But so this girl, he says, she's done fine, the other judges like her. Norm says, I thought that was horrible. I think you're one of the worst people I've seen in this whole competition. And I'm like dying laughing. And then he goes, I think that you are incapable of writing a joke. And she goes, oh, well, I'll work on that. She's trying to be nice. She's like, okay, thank you. I'll work on that. And he goes, no, don't work on it. I said you are incapable. And that was the most like crushing thing he could have said to someone.
See, that's why Norm, I saw the one thing they did get through was a guy did a joke about the Bible, and then he compared it to Harry Potter. Mm-hmm. And then Norm goes, because he's from the plains of Ontario, I believe Norm is a God-fearing man. And he goes, hey, if you're going to talk about the Bible, you might want to know your stuff there. You know, it's maybe really read the book. Harry Potter, that author is a Christian. And then Roseanne, I remember, went, what?
Yeah,
like she couldn't believe, like, J.K. Rowling, I think her name is, like, she's a Christian? Like, it was nuts. And then Norm just saying to that guy, like, that made news. like on those weird like Gawker sites or whatever, like Norm Macdonald hammers comic. But all he said was like, if you're going to do jokes about the Bible, you should really know the Bible.
Yeah.
Don't be flippant about this book because it's very important to a lot of people, and you're isolating, and you're going to get laughs. Magic Man in the sky, like Harry Potter, like, But they framed it up like he was destroying people. That wasn't the case at all. But what you're telling me, I mean, I would have, why don't you bang your foot down on the floor?
I actually got into an argument on the subway, and the guy quoted the Bible at me. That is not fair. Like, if you get to quote from your favorite book, I should be able to quote from my favorite book, right? He was like, men do not live on bread alone, Matthew 4:4. And it's like, everybody's a little bit magic, Harry Potter, chapter 7.
Yeah, I disagree. I don't think the Bible joke is brave at all. I think if you're going to take on an entire religion, you should maybe know what you're talking about. J.K. Rowling is a Christian, and J.K. Rowling famously said that if you're familiar with the scriptures, you could easily guess the ending of her book.
Huh? Okay.
I don't like it.
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
Norm Macdonald. Norm Macdonald's a weird dude.
No kidding.
Yeah,
he really is.
He was hilarious. Like, he did this like weird thing where he went up and he was just being like he wouldn't curse. He said it was the same, like, oh, what the H, and he was being like these innocent, sweet jokes, like, you know, Bob, if you walk up to a bathroom and the door says, gentlemen, you should ignore that and proceed in anyway. Like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And he really made me laugh. And there was one line where he made me laugh. He goes, Bob, he's the same stinker he's always been.
A stinker.
He called Bob Saget a stinker.
But he said,
oh, dude, he was just...
Yeah.
No, there are times when Bob has something on his mind when he wears a hat. With no thoughts at all, just a hat. No, but Bob has a beautiful face, like a flower. Yeah, cauliflower. No offense, but your face looks like a cauliflower. And Bob is not very worldly. He thinks the English Channel is a British TV station and not a body of water separating England and France. Bob, you have a lot of well-wishers here tonight, and a lot of them would like to throw you down one, a well. They want to murder you in a well. Seems a little harsh, but apparently they want to murder you in a well. It says here on this card. And Bob isn't the biggest sports fan. I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school. I took him to a ball game, and he came toting a double-barreled shotgun. You remember that? I said, what the H is that for? Bob said, I heard the Lions were playing the Tigers. You remember that?
Yeah. Do you worry when you're in the audience at the ESPYs that somebody's going to make fun of you?
Absolutely. But I think athletes, for the most part, have pretty thick skin.
I think so, too,
And
yeah.
but I think it's different, Jimmy. If I make fun of an athlete, at least I've kind of been there. When they get made fun of by, like, a unathletic comedian, it's kind of different.
Right. You know, like I'm trying to think of some exampple, but yeah, but like someone
Norm Macdonald.
Yeah, right, like a Norm Macdonald, for instance.
Not you.
Yeah.
I was not talking about you.
And there's Charles Woodson. How about that? What a season he had. Great, man. He became the first defensive player to win the Heisman Trophy. And congratulations, Charles. That is something that no one can ever take away from you. Unless you kill your wife and a waiter, in which case, all bets are off. Just a word of advice.
The last time I saw him was at the Comedy Store, and he was uncharacteristically emotional.
Yeah.
Like when we parted company, he was. And there's a picture of me and him and like the back of Chris Rock said, I put it in my special, that picture that's in the end of the closer was the last time that I saw him. Wow. And he stood there. He came up, he stood behind me. I looked, he said, hey, he looked up. And I realized he was posing for the picture in hindsight. Like a gift.
That's nice.
It was a very fitting goodbye.
They were just about to start, and Jimmy said, can I talk to you, buddy? I said, of course. So we went back, and he said he was very broken up about it. He didn't want this. But he said, I don't know what to do. And I said, you think I shouldn't do the show? He said, it's just, I have so much pressure from people, He goes, people are crying. I said, people are crying? People are crying? He said, yeah. He said, like, senior producers are crying. I was like, good Lord. I go, well, bring them in and let me talk to them. I don't want to make people cry, Right. I didn't even know I had the capacity to make people cry, to tell you the truth. Right. So I felt so bad from that comment. And then, so Jimmy said, come back whenever you want, but I think it'll hurt the show tonight. And I said, well, Jimmy, I don't want to hurt your show. That's the last thing I want to do is hurt your show.
He said, Jimmy Fallon came up to him in the dressing room and said, people were crying. And he goes, people are crying. Oh, my God.
People are pussies.
Well, and that's why Norm
people
was
are
like,
fucking pussies. We don't need to accommodate you because you're pussy and you're crying.
We have, it's like emergency fire departments. Now there's emergency torch departments. Something happens. People, they run out with a flaming torch. Let's get them up and go.
So he was literally at the show in the green room.
Because Jimmy went back to talk to him, Jimmy Fallon, and said, like, what do we do about this, buddy? This was the article that just came out.
The other thing I never figure out with all this stuff is Norm MacDonald comes on, does his sit-down bit, makes everyone laugh, and then leaves. Is there anyone in the audience with their arms folded going, well, I can't enjoy this after reading that article he did several weeks ago? Or is there who would even know? Did you guys know?
No. And that was the other thing in the article. It said, and I'm sorry I don't have it in front of me, but one of the producers, I believe, suggested that Norm opened the show with an apology. And Norm goes, it's not my show. What do you mean I opened the show with an apology? So they were just trying to figure this out, and then they just canceled it.
Well,
yeah.
He's now my least favorite Jimmy.
I tell you, if there was just a...
now.
Remember when now? I don't think I said now.
You did, actually.
I don't think I said. Check the tape. Check the tape.
Remember, the old instinct would have been like, hey, let's lead your segment with this. We'll handle this in a funny way, but you can still get in whatever you need to say if you want to say it. Then you do several jokes, and we get the hell out of here. We'll go for a nightcap.
Well, and that's what they said. They said, do we open with this, once you're sitting down? And he said, well, that kind of ruins the mood of the jokes. Why don't we address it at the end? And they said it was just too much of a thing.
Listen, I'm sorry. Fallon is a pussy because Fallon ultimately is in charge.
He just had the thought, like, oh, wow, Jimmy Fallon took the pussy way out.
He is a pussy because I've been around, Jeff's been around. Ultimately, when the guy with his name on the show says, hey, here's what I want to do. I really feel like this is what we're going to do. You can kind of veto, override anyone. It's probably a little less back than it was with, back in Letterman and Johnny Carson and all that kind of stuff. But you can just go, I'll handle this. We can do this. Yeah. I'm not going to walk down the hall and tell this guy who's been in the business 10 years longer than me that he can't come on and crack wise because he was actually truthful when somebody baited him into a question, probably, for the Los Angeles Times. So he's a pussy. Whoever was crying should just be fucking shit-canned. You want to know about people who need to be shit-canned? You want that person on your crew? And by the way, no one was crying. And if they were crying, they're unstable. Yeah. There's something wrong with that.
Your appearance on Jimmy Fallon was canceled, and he said that his staffers were actually crying about the comments that you made. Were you surprised at that reaction?
Weren't
Have
they
you been
crying that you were
surprised?
there? They were crying that he was there.
That you were even there. Have you been surprised by this reaction?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, I have been surprised because, you know, I never did anything. I mean, I spoke, but I mean, I don't want to be tossed in with people that actually did, not crimes, but sins, or, I barely have consensual sex.
Oh, they all have consent. It's all consensual. When Mr. Happy comes out, it's all consensual.
McDonald makes me laugh. I know everybody.
Norm makes me laugh hard.
Dude, he does. Hold on, I'll tell you a thing about Norm.
Hard.
So he did this thing one time. He gets up to go from one room into another room, right? He stops at the doorway and he's like, what is this? What is this? He's like banging on the door, like just the doorway. He's like, well, what is like a portal to like another? What is this? And he's literally asking the people in the room, right? What do you call this thing? It's like a portal to what? How do you just go through? Where am I? And he was just talking about a doorway, but it was so.
He makes anything funny.
Yeah,
I remember it was me, him. He came to. I think he was doing a show with Spade in Irvine, and I went to go watch, and he came we went like by the dumpster afterwards, and it was me, him.
Oh, I know what you're talking about outside. There's that little outside area where you park. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if there was one other person there. I don't remember who was there. So he said, "Hey, bro, you want to get stoned?" I went, "Nah, man." I stopped. He goes, "What? Jesus Christ! Fucking guy from Half Baked, you can't fucking stop getting high. The fuck you dying about?" He was so angry that I didn't want to get high. He was so pissed.
He was genuinely pissed.
The fuck is that? Who the fucking bro? You can't fucking get high. Jesus Christ! The fuck is what? Are you joining my guy? Jesus Christ, bro! What the fuck? He was so. He gonna judge me now? And no. I stopped for a while, man.
Like
That's
I
all.
smoked it all.
I did everything.
I smoked as much as I could.
I beat the shit out of marijuana.
Yeah, dude.
Hard.
Yeah, I think you won.
One hitters. I was crushing it. I'm meeting Vaughn years before, talking about punching elephants in the nuts. Been there, done that.
I did it. Yeah, dude. He one time I had to open up for him this was at a casino. We were doing like a casino gig in Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Wow.
And Cherokee Creek Casino, I think. And it could have, I don't know, this cool lady that I think maybe tried to make love to somebody, but she also helped us get the gig. And Norm was fucked up. I think that when he went on after me, and like I don't even think for the first 7 minutes I don't even think he said anything, right? But the crazy part was the next day we had to play cards too the next day. You had to like be there for the weekend, you know. So we go to the card tables, and Norm's like, "Man, there's a lot of good pussy in here." And I don't know him really well, so I'm looking around this room, bro. There is zero attractive women, right? There's zero attractive men, okay? Right. So it's not, even if you wanted some ass pussy, there's nothing. Yeah, it's a casino, and it's a gambling game. It's poker.
Yeah.
5-card poker, you know. So. Yeah. And I'm just thinking, well, I guess I just agree with him. You know, he's getting older, and maybe he has a different perception of what's attractive. And I'm like, yeah, man, there sure is. He goes, fuck no, there isn't. Like he had played me, like he was like, this is the ugliest batch of people I've ever seen.
This is what I get. I do a perfect you. I go, all right, let's hear it. Hey, how you doing? Hey, I can do an impression of myself. Yeah. Hey, what's going on? Hey. That's the
I've never heard you say that. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Sounds like you doing an impression of Brewer doing an impression of you.
Hey, Dave Jigman, yeah.
was talking about him the other night. No, I was there for one of the greatest Norm moments in comedy history. I think he was kicked. He was kicked out of Nebraska.
That sounds realistic.
And you can maybe look it up later. Where it says Norm MacDonald was kicked out of the state by the governor, and he went on Letterman to talk about it. And I want to say it was like 1996 because I just finished my first year at SNL. It was 95, so it was the summer of 96. And I remember going on tour. There you go. You saw it. Go down. Yeah, kicked out of Iowa. That's me talking about it.
Okay.
But anyway.
Should we look on a video or should we look at a story?
Don't look at that. I want to see the real. There has to be a headline.
How Norm MacDonald got kicked out of Iowa?
Yes.
Okay.
Gazette. There you go. Okay. All right. So many were disgusted. Some were delighted. So he's supposed, now you understand something. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first time me touring with a star.
Okay.
We go to the airport and people are like, oh my God, you're Norm MacDonald. Like, wow, this is everywhere we went. Oh my God, you're Norm MacDonald. We show up at the university. He's like, I got to go golfing with the fucking governor tomorrow. They want me to fucking golf. Fucking governor.
Yeah, what is that game where you fucking hit the
right?
thing?
So I'm like, he's with a governor. This is huge. Who gets to say that? So it's me, Daryl Hammond, and him.
And you both of you guys went?
We're on the gig.
Okay.
We're going out. He's
Daryl
telling us.
Hammond, yes.
And so we get to the gig, and is packed. And they go, now listen, there's kids here, and there's students and alum and the dean and all these people here. So
that's the worst.
And I'm like, yeah, clean. I get it. No worries. I go, we're in Sunny Lake. He goes, that's why we got you guys, because you're used to live TV. Blah, blah. So Daryl goes up first, does his 20 minutes, does impressions, does his comedy. Hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I go up, do my 20, feel great, crush it. Norm goes up. I'm not even exaggerating. The first thing he says, he goes up, he goes, it's like, I'm preparing. I'm like, this is going to launch my career. Are you kidding me? This is going to be huge. I'm going to be all. He goes, fucking, where the fuck are we? First person to even curse. Right? I went, oh, shit, he cursed. And he goes, so if you're gay, would you rather be the ass guy or the dick guy? This is what he starts off with. So I go, Daryl, you gotta come see this. And he's going, and he won't stop. He's like,
Daryl's just being depressed in the back.
Because if you're the ass guy, why do you want to be the ass guy? First of all, he's going on. People are grabbing their kids, running up the aisle. I never saw a place clear out. It looked like a fire alarm was going off. But the college students were staying, and they were howling with laughter. And one thing, and then in the middle, after about 15 minutes, he goes, Jesus Christ, what do you want to do? You want fucking airplane jokes? You want fucking 7-Eleven jokes? Jesus Christ, fuck out of here. So the next day, in the paper, USA Today or the Gazette, they're like, Norm MacDonald's out.
Wow.
Governor wants him out of the state.
Governor wants him.
Get out of my state. But to witness that was...
In Virginia, police are looking for a stripper who stabbed a man for telling her she was too fat to strip. Police warn that the woman is armed and extremely fat. Under a new ordinance, exotic, nude, and topless dancing will be banned in any establishment selling alcoholic beverages in the city of New Iberia, Louisiana, or as I now refer to it, the most horrible place on earth. Exotic dancers say a city ordinance requiring them to keep 4 feet away from their customers will put them out of business in Shoreline, Washington. Or as I now refer to it, Nazi Germany. Just backstage, a lot of celebrities back there, man. I was talking to Jerry Jones, the Cowboys owner, and he's disappointed, obviously. Yeah. Well, he's a good guy, though, man. He's talking about rebuilding the team, you know? And he told me, he says, we have to get back to what made us a championship team. Strippers and crack. I met you first. You'll never remember this because I was just hanging out. Where did we meet?
Crazy Girls.
Crazy Girls. Talk about truth in advertising in that fucking thing.
How are you so funny?
Crazy Girls. Half price of Crazy Girls. That's my favorite strip club. Crazy Girls. And you know what I like about it? I'll tell you what I like about it. That title, Crazy Girls. You want to talk about truth in advertising. You got it right there. Why did you say to her? Is she working Crazy Girls?
No, she works at the library.
No, I used to work at one of those clubs.
Oh, you used to work at a strip club?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. And were you an exotic dancer?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. What's your name? I'm just...
Lauren Thompson.
Lauren Thompson?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean your real name. Lauren Thompson, yeah, sure. No, it's very interesting. How long did you do that?
About 4 years.
For 4 years?
Yeah.
Wow. And would you say that any girl should follow that course?
Not really. No.
In their 20s.
In their
Yeah,
20s?
they're in their 20s.
Yeah. And then they spend their 30s in rehab? Is that how
Real estate.
In real estate?
Yeah. We're from here.
No, that's fantastic. If you can use it to your advantage and not get hooked on drugs obviously, right?
Well,
There's an enormous amount of drugs in the exotic dancing community, isn't there?
yes.
At least when I did it. Why are you answering all her questions? The fuck? Are you a pimp or something? God damn. Why can't you just let Lauren... What do you do now, Lauren?
I'm self-employed.
Oh, wow, that's great.
I do design, freelance design.
Oh, that's fantastic. How old were you when you started in exotic dancing?
I was 21.
And what are you now? You're under 30.
I am 37.
Are you 37?
Yeah.
Wow, you're wonderful looking girl.
It's her birthday. She's 39 today.
She's 39 today? This is your 39th birthday?
Yeah, I came to see you.
Oh, for your 39th birthday? Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. What's your name?
I'm her sister, Jill.
Oh, you're her sister?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Jill.
That's awesome. What do you do, Jill?
I'd rather not say. I work in mental health.
Oh, you work in mental health.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great thing. I don't know why you wouldn't want to say that.
She's professional, like.
She's what?
She's trying to be professional.
Like I'm like the FBI.
She's trying to be a professional. FBI? I used to work at the FBI. I was a female body inspector. No, I worked for the Federal Bureau of Investigation. And I'd like to talk to you after the show about you.
I love that.
Mental. Did you love that? What's that?
You said you could lay down on top of me for a few minutes.
I can lay down on top of her? I can see what your self-employment is now. She was an exotic dancer. Now she whores out her sister to traveling, shadowy stand-up comedian.
No, you're the love of her life.
Be quiet.
I'm the love of your life?
Her life.
I'm the love of her life. And yet you came to see me on your 39th birthday.
I both think you're awesome, that's all.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Have you ever had a threesome? You've been asked but never done it?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to tell that. Last night I had the craziest, hottest fucking threesome. And also, you know, you think when you have a threesome that everybody is so, you know, evil and gross. Two of the nicest fellas I ever I mean, gentlemen. They were gentlemen. They really were. Hey, listen, guys, thank you so much for coming out. God bless you. I love you. Take care.
On October 27, 1990, the show spoofed the Chippendales in a dance-off sketch featuring Chris Farley and Patrick Swayze.
Welcome to Celebrity Jeopardy! We've got 3 wonderful celebrities playing for charity. Let's meet them. Burt Reynolds. As you know, all of our celebrities are playing for charity. And Burt Reynolds, yours is the Palm Beach Golf and Tennis Resort. And finally, back again, Burt Reynolds in a commanding lead with $14.
Hey, check out the podium. Look at this.
Mr. Reynolds has apparently changed his name to Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, that's right. Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
Great. What in the... Burt Reynolds, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it's not my name.
All right, Turd Ferguson.
Sorry I'm late. I had to pick up my podium from the garage.
Well, you're not late. You weren't invited. The answer is John Travolta learned how to dance for this 1977 hit movie. Mr. Connery.
That would be Jaws.
No. Jaws is incorrect. And please answer in the form of a question. Burt Reynolds.
What is Jaws?
No.
I'll take swords for 400.
It's actually not swords, sir. Swords.
It's not easy.
These are words that begin with S. The answer is Popeye is this sort of man. Burt Reynolds.
What is Popeye?
No. This racing movie with Dom DeLuise told us that, yes, cannonballs can run. Cannonballs can run. Burt, you might want to guess this. Just move on. Burt, can you please pick a category?
Pick swords.
Yeah, sure, give me swords.
It's S words. It's S words. And for how much, Mr. Reynolds?
Hell, let's go nuts. Swords for $48,000.
We're not doing swords. Let's just start with famous Roberts for 400. And the answer is, this was John F. Kennedy's younger brother. Marlon Brando.
Teddy.
No.
Who is Teddy?
No.
What is Teddy?
No. Burt Reynolds.
I'll tell you something, Alex. I think he's right.
This December 25th holiday involves decorating a tree and opening presents. Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, when's my birthday?
Is your birthday on December 25th, Mr. Reynolds?
No, July 7th.
Actually, I have your bio here. It's February 11th. Burt Reynolds.
What is July 7th?
Burt Reynolds, you picked the category.
Yeah, give me theater for 10,000.
Theater for 600. The answer is, this play by William Shakespeare was about a merchant who lived in Venice. Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, it was Footloose. Good flick, Footloose.
No. And please answer in the form of a question. Mr. Reynolds, you seem to have broken your buzzer. And it's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a this. Burt Reynolds.
Chinese whore.
No.
Yeah, tough luck there, buddy, huh?
Okay, moving on. What is it, Mr. Reynolds?
Check out this guy's back.
What? That's nice. You put a kick me sign on Mr. Travolta's back.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I did it when he wasn't looking.
It's very nice. Good job, Burt.
Hey, I speak a little French. You're an ass bite. Pardon my French.
My name's French.
Yeah, well, who gives a damn?
Moving on.
Yeah, I'll take the condom thing for 8,000.
That's condiments. For 400.
Yeah, well, why don't you give me 8 tit for 200?
It's not 8 tit. Burt Reynolds.
That's not my name.
Okay. Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, what do you want?
You buzzed in.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, well, that's your opinion. I like to solve the puzzle, Alex.
This isn't Wheel of Fortune.
Who is Andre the Giant?
Is that an answer to a question?
No, I was just wondering who is Andre the Giant.
Burt Reynolds.
I just remembered.
You remembered what?
I remembered who Andre the Giant was. He was a giant, and he went by the name of Andre.
Why are you still talking about Andre the Giant? Burt Reynolds.
Why don't you give me Andre the Giant for $1,000?
No, it's not a category. This is the sound a doggy makes. Burt Reynolds.
Who is Scooby-Doo?
No.
That was a funny dog, Scooby-Doo. He drove around in a van and solved mysteries.
That is incorrect.
No, that's correct. I remember you had a pal, Scrappy-Doo.
Mr. Reynolds, what are you doing?
Yeah, I found this backstage, oversized hat. It's funny.
No, it's not.
Sure it is. It's funny. It's funny because it's bigger than a normal hat.
I see that. Get back to your podium.
Take a look at that.
Yeah, I see it. Go back to your podium. It's not funny. You know what? Let's just move on to Final Jeopardy with every player in negative numbers. And the category is, you know what? This is way too hard. I'm just going to make one up. How about your favorite food? Just write down whatever food you personally like most, any food you like to eat. Your favorite food. Let's look at Mr. Reynolds' answer. Check out Keaton's back. Right, very funny.
Yeah, he didn't know it was on there.
Shut up. Just shut up. Let's just move on to Final Jeopardy. Tell you what, let's just forget the question. All you have to do to win the game is write down the current year. What year it is right now. It's a number. What year is it? This. Hey now, Mr. Reynolds, I didn't see you write anything. Maybe I missed it. And I didn't. You gave no answer.
Why don't you let me buy a vowel?
Okay, that's infuriating. Good night. Would you get that off me?
Yeah, it was. Good night. But please stop it.
Norm was in Jeopardy with you a lot.
Yeah.
Any funny Norm stories or anything about
Burt
Norm?
Reynolds.
Yeah, my God.
Because
that was brilliant.
Jeopardy, again, one of the big sketches that one of
Huge
those
SNL,
big sketches everyone remembers.
Yeah.
Always funny. Daryl was funny and Norm was great.
Yeah, the best Norm story was, I think it's the one where he comes back, he's wearing a big foam cowboy hat.
Yeah.
And he's like, that's funny, huh? Look, wearing a cowboy hat. And
Mr. Reynolds, what are you doing?
Yeah, I found this backstage. Oversized hat. It's funny.
No, it's not.
Sure it is. It's funny. It's funny because it's bigger than a normal hat.
I see that. Get back to your podium.
Take a look at that.
Yeah, I see it. Go back to your podium. It's not funny.
anyway, there's some beat where I have to be super exasperated with him, and I yell at him, and we get out of the sketch, and Norm comes running after, and he's like, "Hey, well, everything okay?" I go, "Yeah, why?" He's like, you seem kind of mad at me out there. I'm like, "No, Norm, we've done it. This is like the 4th time we've done the sketch." "No, but that time it just seemed like you really were mad at me for some reason." I said, "No, we're good."
That's very Norm right
so
there.
Funny.
That's his sense of humor. Yeah, he seemed kind of mad there for a moment, right?
But he was not. I don't think he was doing a bit.
He wasn't doing a bit.
He might have been serious that you were screaming.
He was very sensitive in that way too.
He was very shaken.
Yeah.
And then
because you can commit hard, and you probably scared him.
That's all the time we have. Good night. Would you get that off me?
Another great Norm story has nothing to do with Quebec. Was, and Catan told me about it. They were on a flight together, back LA to New York. Chris had taken off his shoes, and he can't find his shoes. They're about to land, can't find his shoes. He's going to the flight attendant. "Have you seen my shoes? I took them off." It's like, "I don't know." He's like, Catan's like, "Norm, come on. You took my shoes." "No, I didn't. I didn't take your shoes. Why would I take your shoes? It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I would never." He's like, "Come on, give me back my shoes. I know you took them. I know." Norm's like, "I don't know what you're talking about." Catan has to walk through JFK
with no shoes.
With no shoes, just in his socks. An entire season goes by, and then Catan and Norm are jousting back and forth about something.
They used to joust a little bit.
And then Norm finally goes, "Oh yeah, and one other thing, I did take your shoes." That flight in November.
Flight November.
I took them, I threw them in the trash can, just so you know.
Yeah, because I saw his shoes there, right? And I kind of grabbed his shoes.
So you were right. I
He used to give
shoes.
Catan so much shit.
I know.
Oh my God, yeah. He was tough.
Hall of Fame broadcaster Harry Carey, everybody. Come on up here, Harry.
Hi, everybody. Harry Carey here. It's a thrill to be here at Radio City Music Hall for the Academy Awards. I gotta say, I hope Booty Call takes home a few Oscars tonight.
No, Harry, this is the ESPY Awards.
Boy, it's a thrill to look out into the audience and see all those celebrities. Hi, there's John Elway. You just won the Super Bowl. How about going a little nuts and getting those teeth fixed?
Oh.
Hi, is that Tiger Woods? He's amazing. Arguably the 3rd or 4th best black golfer in the game today.
Oh, Harry, come on.
Hi, Ken Griffey Jr. I gotta tell you, Ken, your dad was 10 times better ball player than you. Keep trying, though.
Okay, Harry.
Keep trying, kid.
Harry, what the hell are you doing here?
The hell if I know. The only reason I agreed to be here is because I'm in town for the NBA All-Star game. It's going to be a doozy.
Harry, that game was yesterday.
Norm, I know you're a betting man, so I got a tip for you. Put your money on the Western Conference All-Stars. Hey, Norm, I got to ask you one thing.
What'd that be?
If you had a choice between waking up in bed naked with Roy Firestone or Keith Olbermann, who would it be?
Good Lord, I don't know.
Who would it be?
I don't know, Harry.
Don't jerk me around, Norm. It's a simple question. A baby could answer it. If you had a choice between waking up naked with Roy Firestone or Keith Olbermann, who would it be?
Neither.
Oh, you made a wise choice, my friend. If you had said Keith Olbermann, there would have been fireworks. I would have come at you hard.
So, Harry, listen, are you going to explain the rules?
What rules? The ESPYs are all fixed anyway.
Okay, enough of that. Harry Carey, everybody.
Comes win.
Is a baseball legend and a dear, dear friend of mine. Please welcome Hall of Fame broadcaster Harry Carey. Hi, Harry.
Hi, everybody. Harry Carey here. I gotta tell you, folks, it's gonna be one heck of a series. These are two fantastic ball clubs with outstanding pitching.
Well, Harry, what can you tell us about Atlanta?
Oh, Atlanta's a beautiful city. Many consider it the jewel of the South. You know, it's in Georgia.
Yeah, that's true, Harry, but hey, let's get back to the Braves and Yankees, buddy.
Norm, actually, I'd like to give a quick shout-out to Gail and Ron Anderson. They run Anderson Hardware out in Waukegan, Illinois.
Talk about the lineups for both teams, huh?
Hey, no. What about those hot dogs they serve at Yankee Stadium? Aren't they delicious?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I love them so much, I once ordered 12.
12 hot dogs?
Yeah, I only ate 2. I don't know what I was thinking. To this day, I still laugh at the idea that I thought I could eat 12 hot dogs. You can't do it, Norm. You can't.
Fact, huh?
Of course, on the other hand, you have the Indians, a group of untrustworthy savages. You look away, next thing you know, they steal your land. One hand, you've got the Marlins. Now, that's an odd mascot, a Marlin.
Yeah, I guess it is.
Of course, pound for pound, it's the smartest fish in the ocean. With its sword-like snout, it'll carve your eye out and not think twice about it. Norm, to this day, if I walk into a seafood restaurant and I see a marlin on the wall, I just grab my wife and leave. You ever been alone in a room face to face with a marlin?
No.
No matter where you go in the room, its eye follows your every move. You should try it sometime. It's a rush. I should know. I used to hunt them.
Really? You hunted marlins, huh?
No, Indians. I've got a whole closet full of scalps at home. They're just collecting dust. The government stopped buying them years ago. And peruse through this when you get a chance.
What's that?
A catalog of all the scalps available.
Good Lord.
I got all of them, Apache to Zuni.
Oh, well, you got any mohawk in there?
Oh, Norm, if I had a mohawk scalp, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. I'd be relaxing on a tropical island.
Why is that?
Because they're highly valuable.
And the Shawshank Redemption picked up the New York Film Festival's coveted award for the stupidest movie title. In a related story, 3 of Hollywood's most powerful men, David Geffen, Steven Spielberg, and Jeffrey Katzenberg, joined forces last week to form their own movie studio. When asked what sort of films we could expect from them, the trio replied, mostly pornos. That's good news. Well, Tom Cruise got ready for the premiere of his new movie, Interview with the Vampire, by sucking all the blood out of wife Nicole's... And now it's time for Weekend Update's movie reviews. This week I saw Interview with the Vampire. And here's my review. Not gay enough. Well, this coming Monday is Oscar night, and 3 films, The English Patient, Secrets and Lies, and Shine, are locked in a tight race in the category Best Picture There's Not a Chance in Hell I Will Ever See. No interest at all in seeing them. And finally, the Oscar nominations were announced this week, and Tom Hanks and Jodie Foster are in a heated competition in the Academy's controversial new category, Best Retard. 20th Century Fox has announced that Macaulay Culkin will not be hired to star in Home Alone 3. Studio spokesman said that it was nothing personal, but with Culkin now 16 years of age, the only way to keep him in the film would be to make the character retarded. A deadly outbreak of the Ebola virus is said to be responsible for more than 100 deaths in Africa and a couple of really bad movies here in the United States. Well, the much talked about film Showgirls opened this week, and here's my review. Basically a high-budget porno film, Showgirls is a thinly veiled excuse to show lots of naked buttocks, legs, and breasts. On a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 10. Remember 12 Angry Men, the classic courtroom drama? Well, the first film about the O.J. Simpson case is in the works. It's entitled 9 Angry Black People, 2 Scared Asians, and a White Guy Who Hasn't Spoken Since Rosa Lopez. Well, the long-running TV series The Love Boat is being made into a big-screen feature by New Line Cinema. The producers have announced that the entire original cast of Gavin MacLeod, Bernie Capel, Fred Grandy, Ted Lange, Lauren Tweez, and Jill Whalen will have to pay $7.50 to see the movie just like everybody else. Asked recently what will set his new Batman film apart from its predecessors, Batman and Robin director Joel Schumacher said, quote, "In this one, all the costumes will have nipples." Note to self, do not watch the next Batman and Robin. HBO has finished casting its new movie about the talk show wars entitled The Late Shift. Tapped to play Jay Leno is Daniel Roebuck. The part of David Letterman will be played by Michael Higgins. And the part of Arsenio Hall will be played by Arsenio Hall. Woody Allen is to be the subject of a documentary film which will follow his jazz band on its 1996 tour. According to its producers, the documentary will focus strictly on the parts of Allen's life that no one could give a rat's ass about. Well, filming has finally begun in the long-awaited life story of Evita Peron, starring pop singer Madonna. According to its producers, the film is 100% historically accurate, except for the part where Mrs. Peron has group sex with the Houston Rockets. In the new movie, Mrs. Winterbourne, talk show host Ricky Lake plays the part of a young mother-to-be. According to film's producers, Miss Lake was so serious about achieving a realistic pregnant look, she forced herself to lose 30 pounds. Well, for the second week in a row, Richard Gere's new film, Primal Fear, was #1 at the box office, leading many Hollywood insiders to wonder, hey, you think that gerbil story is true? Last night, the epic disaster film Twister opened to big box office and some controversy. The Reverend Jesse Jackson has called for a boycott of the movie, claiming that not enough black people in the film are killed by tornadoes. At the box office last week's #1 movie, The First Wives Club, was knocked out of the top spot by a new film, The Hotter, Younger Second Wives Club. She was telling me, this is interesting, she was telling me that, you know that movie, The Elephant Man?
Yeah.
We were just talking about it backstage, and I always thought it was a stupid movie, and she said it's a really good movie, and I said the stupidest thing in it is because, you know that part where the guy says, I am a human, I am not an elephant, I am a human being. The guy doesn't even hardly look like an elephant. So why would
You would be the worst movie critic in the world.
So, but one big news story: Twister is the big what do you call it? Movie, yeah. Twister's the big movie, and I got some news. Apparently now they're thinking about Oscars for the movie.
Yeah.
They're thinking of Best Actor for The Wind. Before the show, you said that stunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were right.
I did.
Hey, man, I met the guy from... I met the guy from Lost, played John Locke. You ever hear that fella?
Of course. Yeah, Terry O'Quinn.
Terry O'Quinn.
Yeah.
I love Lost. You ever watch Lost?
Yeah, I'm obsessed with the show. Yeah. I'm still watching it.
I watch it. I watch it on the
link.
No, yeah.
You got that working?
On the computer, where you can watch you can watch them right after each other. So you don't have, there's no cliffhanger, you know?
Yeah,
you
I know about that.
You probably watched it a lot.
Do you think I'm 80?
No, you probably watched the show, though.
I did. I watched it during
So that must have been incredibly frustrating.
No, it wasn't. Why would you say that?
Well, because I couldn't wait 30 seconds to get into it on my DVD.
Sometimes it's better to space things out, though, and discuss it with your friends, have a little talk about what happened, and then you have to wait a week, and it's delayed gratification.
Yeah, I guess, yeah. That's what's fun about a book club. But here's the thing.
Where are you in the run of Lost?
I'm finished. I'm finished. But I realized something around season 3 that these guys that wrote the Lost, they didn't know they were going for 6 seasons. So they did not have this planned out.
You don't think they did?
No, they did not write a 400-hour TV show that then cut it up. They didn't know when they were going to get canceled, so then they're just making up stuff and everything, and then crazy things happen.
They didn't get canceled, though. They planned to end they ended the show early.
That was their ending?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's even worse. If that was their ending.
That was their ending.
I do not like, I don't like ambiguous endings. I want to know. I don't want to try to figure it out.
What about the Sopranos ending? Did you like that? You didn't care for that?
I want to know. I don't want to be left. Like, I remember this movie, Lost in Translation. Bill Murray couldn't love the guy more. But you ever remember that movie?
Yeah.
At the end of the movie, you see it, it's all good and everything. He runs through the crowd, whispers into Scarlett Johansson's ears. They don't have him mic'd.
That's unforgivable.
You're like, what? And then they're like, yeah, you figure it out. I'm like, me? I'm supposed to figure it out? I'm watching. This is what I like to do. I like figuring out movies in the same way. That would be like me going, hey, man, I'm going to buy a car. I think I'll go down to Detroit, see if they need any help welding. Right?
I can't believe you're not American. It makes no sense.
I knew this guy wrote for Three's Company. And he said, like, they'd always have beautiful girls. Remember that show?
Yeah, I love Three's Company.
So they'd have extras, and so they'd call them the bimbo of the week, and they'd take them out to the smokehouse. But John Ritter, he wasn't like a Lothario or anything, but you know who was?
Furley?
Furley. You got it.
Of course.
Mr. Furley. So he says his big line would be, he'd say to girls, he'd go like this, he'd go, I'm married, but it's not going well.
Oh my God.
And then he'd put booze in when they weren't looking, like comically, when they weren't looking away, he'd put booze into their booze.
Oh my gosh.
And then, but he'd go,
amazing to
he'd
see
go to
that.
a hotel in Burbank and have sex with them. And then one time the hotel owner asked, he had a big 8x10 he wanted to sign, so Don Knotts had to go to another hotel.
Oh my God.
It's not going well.
Not going well. Jesus. Mr. Furley, imagine that fucking wake up the next morning. You're some fucking saucy bimbo, fucking
the ultimate
21 years old.
You're expecting Richard Klein at least.
Anybody, yeah.
Very least.
Jesus. Anybody.
Who's
Susan Sarandon.
Mr. Furley, relax. Just take it. Oh my God, he's hyperventilating. Give me that. Take some air in. Take some air. Oh. Mr. Furley, come on. Mr. Furley, relax. No, don't hyperventilate. Breathe. Breathe. Mr. Furley, get some air in. Breathe. Okay? Okay, now, Mr. Furley, listen to me carefully. Well, thank you for helping me. He's had a relapse.
I'm told by Nick Swartzen that he's come up with a new impression for his act, known for his impressions. What is it again?
This is Mr. Furley talking to the 20-year-old girl he just woke up next to. Or no, he's in the middle of sex with her. I'm coming in your butt!
Oh my God. Well, listen, man. Hey,
your mouth is my toilet!
I need your love. You free my mind. I need your love. Yeah, you free my mind.
Across the Great Plains, harsh weather and hungry boll weevils are the cause of one of the worst cotton harvests in years. Or so the Germans would have us believe. Last Sunday's National Hockey League game between the Buffalo Sabres and the Tampa Bay Lightning was postponed due to record snowfall in Buffalo. Or so the Germans would have us believe. This year's lack of snow in Alaska could help generate a surplus of moose next year because deep snow makes it harder for moose to search for food, which leaves them more vulnerable to wolves. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Fort Pierce, Florida, many Bell South customers will no longer pay long-distance phone rates for nearby calls, but will instead be charged with a flat rate of 25 cents. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In Little Rock, Arkansas, a consumer group is proceeding with a petition drive to get a proposal on the November ballot that would exempt food from state sales tax. Or so the Germans would have us believe. In St. Louis, archaeologists will use special radar on nearby landfills in an effort to find the 70-foot axle from a Ferris wheel, which was the centerpiece of the 1904 World's Fair. Or so the Germans would have us believe. And finally,
I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go, go, go. I'm scared of letting go of everything and I'm scared of letting go.
Last year, German Shepherds were rated the nation's most effective police dogs by far, sniffing out more than $100 million worth of illegal drugs. Or so the German Shepherds would have us believe.